my show, and it's the water flosser. So just giving you a heads up, our pricing today is fantastic with 5 bonus today specials. One of them just sold out. That one's coming up in a moment. But we are excited to offer something that is so important right now when you think about what time of the year it is. Cold and flu season is upon us. So we've got, and this has been a hot commodity. I know this aired at 1 a.m. I don't know if it's seen more than one airing, but a couple thousand gone. In fact, already a lot of people have pre-ordered it in this show. It's the Revitalife infrared non-contact thermometer. So you can get close to somebody, but not too close, and be able to take their temperature. Maybe they're sleeping, maybe they're resting. They can do the same thing. It's a really beautiful design, isn't it? We've got these in purple, we've got them in white or blue. Joe Harrison is here to talk details.
Hey, Callie.
Joe, 8,000 of these are gone.
8,000, I know, we've only had a couple airings. Well, this launched last year. Joy picked it for her Joy show.
Oh, really?
And 10,000 units sold out in one show.
Not surprised.
And we did it at this price, at $19.95.
Wow.
It's incredible. And so we brought it back one more time this year because it's cold and flu season. You know, this is the beginning of everything. And when you're starting to feel like you have a cold or the flu, what's the first thing you do? You take your temperature. That's your body's natural way of telling you, hey, something's going on here. And you have a tremendous amount of thermometers that are available on the marketplace. I just remember over the last few years with my kids, you have the stick thermometer with the mercury in the inside. You put it under the tongue, and it's like, okay, how long are we supposed to count? Are we waiting for a minute? Are we waiting for 30 seconds? The kids aren't staying still, and then you pull it out, and it's these tiny, tiny little numbers, and you can't see it. And then we had the ones that were the contact across the forehead or in the ear. And now if I've got a couple kids, I'm cross-contaminating one to the next, and the inaccuracies aren't there. And then we started coming out with the infrared, the non-touch. Simple, 1.5 inches away from your head in just a second. I'm not waiting, I'm not putting it anywhere. I tap the button, it tells me right now I'm 97.1 degrees. That is fantastic. That's that instant gratification. But how do I know this number is accurate? How do I know when it's telling me I'm 97 degrees that I can trust it? Because there are a tremendous amount of thermometers that are out there in the market. There are a lot that are $20, $25, $30, but the thing you don't see is they're not FDA certified. The Revitalife team every year has a team from the FDA that comes to the factory to see all the machines that calibrate this to make sure that they are 100% accurate. Not everybody does that, but you will see FDA certified thermometers at the $45, the $50, the $55 price range that are out there. Those are the ones that hospitals use, doctors' offices, schools, all these different employers, they use them because that's the accuracy. When you see the ones that are less expensive, then they're not FDA certified. And when you think about it, if your kids are sick and you're getting the temperature, and if you are using a thermometer that isn't accurate, say it's 99 degrees, you're like, okay, it's a little elevated, but in reality, it could be 102. You know, there's a difference between taking care of your kids at home and then seeing 102-degree fever and knowing I've got to go to the doctor.
Right.
That's what the difference really is.
What I love is that you get the instant reading. I love that it's bright and, you know, it's big and clear. There's a body temperature mode and there's a surface mode. So I think about new moms and, like, you know, the temperature of the bottle that you're putting in a microwave to be the right temperature, not too hot, not too cold. You've got that ability, as we'll show that to you in a minute. But this is also going to give you Fahrenheit and Celsius.
Exactly.
And is it 10 memories?
It's 30 memories, that's right. So there's a 30 memory log that's built into it. So when you call the doctor's like, what has been the progression of the temperature? No problem, you've got it. It's all right there. And when you see when you see the buttons, everything is laid out so easily. There's a scan button down below. Then you can switch back and forth between body and the temperature mode on the other side. It makes it super easy. Just hold that button down. In a second, you're able to take that temperature. Now, if you do have an elevated temperature, this will also flash red. So it gives you the digital reading, but it also lets you know, something's going on. It's time to go to the doctor when you get that red, when you get the red warning.
It's an alarm, basically, yeah.
Yeah, it tells you. You get that visual cue. Now, I've got 2 glasses in front of me because beyond your skin temperature, it's also the surface temperature. So if I hold one glass in front over here and I scan the temperature, it's going to say 122 degrees.
Wow.
Now, Callie, if I'm trying to get my kids in the bath and I'm wondering, is that bath water right? Well, you know, you're not supposed to put your kids in bath water that's over 100 degrees. I can touch this water. It's okay to me as an adult, but I'm making it too hot for my kids. Because you're like, okay, that's just a little hot, no problem, but that's a big difference. Now, if I have the cold temperature, I go to the other side and instantly tells me I'm 52 degrees. So it's anywhere from these low temps to the high temps. All the surface readings are there. Not only for bath water, but Also baby bottles, but as we had Thanksgiving over and we're meal prepping, when you have someone who's maybe you're taking care of them, you can scan even the temperature of their food.
Like if you're making,
like a hot gravy from Thanksgiving, that stuff is hot, sometimes too hot. You know, this can instantly tell you that the surface temperature, not only liquids, but also meals.
This is a great $20 bill.
Absolutely.
I mean, every home needs to have a thermometer, and one that's reliable, one that's trustworthy, one that is FDA, approved, and all of that matters. The blue is the most popular, by the way. In fact, we've dropped below 2,000 of those available. I know it sounds like a lot, but look at how many have been spoken for already today. I love the white. The purple is fabulous, and what a great price. If you want to get a couple of these, it does make sense using, free shipping today. We've got 5 flex on everything. It's $4 to get these delivered. It's such an important thing to have.
It really is. You know, the one thing pandemic taught us is like the importance of having an accurate thermometer. That's what we've known to go to. We now travel with our thermometer. My wife has like a little medical kit with all different types of medicines, and we have our thermometer.
That's the right thing
Because
to
if we're out and about and we're trying to figure, are we sick? Are the kids sick? What do? You come up here, you tap it, and you're just 1.5 inches away, and it tells me I'm 97.3 degrees. But I can trust that temperature because this is FDA certified. Not all thermometers are. Most of the ones that are expensive are. Most of the ones that are under the $25 price point, they're not. It's not something that's regulated, but for you, you want to make sure that is 100% accurate. And it's such a simple thing. Like if my kids are sleeping, I don't have to wonder walking in there, put something under their arm, in their ear, across their forehead. It just takes you literally a second. You tap it, I'm still 97.3 degrees every single time.
Me too.
It gives you that accuracy. And whether you're wondering, do I need instructions for this later? It's just you hold it up and it says scan. That's how simple it is.
That's it.
And Callie uses regular AA batteries. This will last you the entire year. But we have one in both of our bathrooms because you never know when you need one, when someone's gonna be sick, and it's just easy to be able to do this versus the old school when you're doing the thermometers and under the arm.
I've broken those thermometers so many times, like shaking it down, and like you're right, you can't, like I think it says it's 95.
Right, you can't read it, it's too small.
I know, way too small. So those are a thing of the past. This is incredibly accurate. I've taken mine multiple times. I'm right between 97.1 and 97.5.
That's what it is. It's that accuracy that you want. Because if you have an inaccurate thermometer and say it's reading 99 degrees, well, that's something I can treat at home.
Right.
But we all know if you're reading 103 degrees, then that's something you should go to the doctor. And for so many years, what do you do when your kids are sick? You put your cheek up to the skin, and you're like, is that hot or not? Like, there's no science in your cheek that can tell you exactly what the temperature of that child is, but now you have it. And for so long, especially during the pandemic, these were always $50, $60, and you could still see them today at that price. This is the lowest price we've ever offered it. And Callie, last year, this was Joy's top pick out of all HSN products. And in one airing, she sold through 10,000 units. We brought it back just for Black Friday because this is the start of cold and flu season. You're not just using it today. Callie, we're going to be using this for the next 4 or 5 months.
Absolutely.
When everyone starts getting sick.
Who knows? We get sick in the summers, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I was also thinking you could check the temperature of a pet.
Absolutely.
Surface temperature, water bottles.
My neighbor, she has this tiny little dog. She checks the temperature of the pool decking before the pet goes out there because the little doggy paws. So it's just, you never know when you need it, but it's nice that it does the body temp and the surface temperature. And with one touch of a button, it takes just 1.5 seconds. Now you're getting that instant accurate reading.
Yeah, it's really, it's slick. It really is nice. 97.1. All right. Blue is the most limited. I think with maybe 1,500 of those left. We do have white. We also have the blue. And as far as we have the red. I know. Oh my gosh.
Colors are great.
I
like the colors because they get lost in the drawer. So
I agree with you. So the other color is purple. So purple, white, and blue. The item is 838328. Thank you, Joe, for being here today. We are going to move right along stay in this world of health and wellness with our next